I struggle sometimes to find motivation for what to draw. And this week, I found the most marvelous resource that has banished that problem for me. And I'm going to be sharing with you exactly where that is because I am so excited about this place that I have found. Welcome to my channel. I'm thrilled to have you here. As of recording, I have 380 subscribers, followers, and I'm thrilled for you all to be here. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and follow along. That way YouTube will remind you that I've got a new video out, and it will also show you similar content, so you're not going to miss out on any gold knowledge that's coming out of YouTube in your direction. Last week, I was absolutely gutted. I got home from work. It was about 6 or 7 o'clock, and I thought to myself, I'm going to do some sketching. I'm going to sit down on the sofa and do some lazy sketching. I do that quite a bit. I don't necessarily sit at a desk or in a studio. I'll have the TV on. I might have a podcast on. I might have some music on, and I'll just sit there and sketch on my lap. So it's nice, comfy, lazy sketching. And I just wasn't inspired to draw anything. And it drove me mad. And then I started doom scrolling on Instagram and on TikTok. And before you know it, the night had gone, had vanished. I hadn't drawn anything, hardly anything. And I was just so annoyed with myself that I had lost that opportunity to get something down, something unique, have fun, experiment. And the night was lost. And I think I've now found a solution to that problem. At the moment, I love drawing portraits, and it's really difficult to find decent reference photos. Most photos that are taken for publication for magazine covers of models and the like are beautifully lit, evenly lit. The problem with that is you don't get any shadow. It's really difficult to see the form of the face, all the wrinkles and the nooks and the crannies. And it's really hard to find a nice picture that you can draw where you can get all of the crags in, all of the creases, all of those dark shadows. And that is what helps you create a realistic form, something that's readable as a face. So case in point, I have little models like this. This is a plainer face. I got this one off of eBay. I'll put the link in the show notes. And the beauty is that how he is lit, I'm just going to turn that light off at the back, see if that makes any difference. So you can start seeing what planes of the face catch the light the best, a bit like my mush, and what's in shadow. And you can alter this head around and draw it from different angles to see how the head is made up of all of these beautiful different planes. I have another head. This is a simpler head. This is one that I printed on my little 3D printer. It's a very similar, it's a simpler face, but it allows you to look at the human head and try and establish where the turns are in the head. And then lastly, I'll just show you this one quickly. This is one I sculpted. So I sculpted this on a CAD program and printed it out. So this is my own unique creation, and it's an actual skull. Now, whilst this doesn't show the planar aspects of the face, it just allows me to look at the skull, how it's formed, where the bones are, and especially when you start turning to a 3/4 angle, what bits vanish from view. And it's just a beautiful little thing to put on a table, to light it appropriately, and just sit there sketching. So these are my 3 little heads. If there's interest in this one, I may make him kind of commercially available and print him to order. So it's a plastic, a resin plastic that is 3D printed, and he would cost something like £20. So if you're interested in seeing that kind of thing commercially available, I may well do that. So back to, let me just turn this light back on. the hardest thing is finding a decent reference photo to draw that once you've started, you can put in, and how I like to draw with ink, very simple shadows to establish the form of the head. And I found the most brilliant resource that I'm going to share with you. I was sat in a cafe in Rochester with my sketchbook, a little coffee house in Rochester in Kent. And it's a beautiful old building. The building itself is 300-400 years old, I'm guessing. Wooden beams, there's not a single straight line, a proper angle in the building. Everything is crooked. It's a lovely place. And we were sat there by the fire. Incidentally, this house, I've got to check my notes, was the home of Mr. Tope in The Mystery of Edwin Drood. And it's the last building Charles Dickens ever mentioned in any of his writings. So that's how old it is. Charles Dickens died, I think, 1870 or thereabouts. So from the late 1800s, it's the last mention of a building that's real in Charles Dickens' works. So we're sat there in this lovely old building where you have to duck when you're going under the beams and through the doors and everything. And we had a little fire. We were lucky enough to be sat by the fire. The fire was going. It was a little bit cold, and I got my phone out and I was just scrolling for some inspiration. I was looking for craggy old faces, and I came across this Instagram account and just fell in love with it. Now I've got a prop here because I'm going to show you the prop to remind myself and to remind you of the guy's name. Give me 2 seconds. Here we are. Now, this is the Earth, and it's also a world. The guy's name that has these wonderful photos, portraits of people, candid portraits of people that he catches out in the open. His name is Earth. And it's his world. So his Instagram account is called Earth's World. He's also on YouTube. And he goes along to American state fairs, to county fairs, and candidly takes photos of the people there. And they are, if you can close your eyes for just 1 second and imagine what a typical American at a county state fair would look like, that's exactly what you get. Beautiful, beautiful, craggy faces, rotund, skinny, all shapes and sizes. They're all beautiful, regardless of your definition of beautiful. I love them all. And it's just a treasure trove. And each one is just so beautifully lit with shadows, strong highlights, craggy, wrinkly faces. Each is an absolute goldmine. And I was sat there I'm just going to open up my sketchbook if I can find it quickly. I was sat there and, there's actually 2 I drew quickly. These are quick sketches. The watercolour, I painted ages ago, and it's a bit of fun. And I wanted a character that was kind of looking at her so that the page worked. I don't normally do this. I've never really given it much consideration, so I'm going to be doing this in future, picking faces on the page to be drawing your attention back into the page. So this lady I found, and I just thought she had the perfect look, looking at the topless cartoon lady. And then I found another gentleman, an old gentleman. Here he is. Oh, just flip past the page. And I just loved him as well. So there we are. Just a wonderful, wonderful face with his little flat cap going on. And then, there's 3 I did. I did another one when I got home. Let me see if I can find that, because it's just, there's another one. I did 4. You can tell how excited I am. This is just a wonderful resource for doing portraits or finding beautiful, craggy, wrinkly faces that are just an absolute dream to draw. So there he is. Right. This is your typical go-to white aging American face. You just know exactly what his political beliefs are straight off the bat. So See, isn't he gorgeous? Isn't he just lovely? So this Instagram account is Earth's World. Pause this video and go over onto Instagram and follow Mr. Earth. It's just a absolutely gorgeous resource for anyone that wants to get into drawing mushes. You just can't go wrong. It's that good. Now, if you've got this far in this video, you are one of the faithful. Thanks ever so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I'm thrilled how my channel is growing. 380 subs as of recording. So I'm super excited. The watch hours are creeping up. They're going to lag behind the whole 1,000 to get monetized, all that malarkey. But I'll be making another video about starting a YouTube channel shortly. It'll either be tonight or tomorrow. I've kind of got it planned what I want to say. But it's going to G you up. It's going to G you up and get you going. Oh, gosh. As you, as you can tell, I was really excited to find this. I think it's an absolute goldmine, and I hope you agree. Drop some comments in the bit below down there somewhere. Drop your comments, and please, for the sake of the channel, give this a share, give it a like, and if you're not doing so already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be sharing more gold like this with you in the future. Thanks for stopping by. Ciao for now.